Joining us now is Professor Eitan Gilboy. He's the head of the Center for International Communications at Bar-Ilan University and a senior fellow at the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security. So let's talk about these Pentagon leaked documents, which claim that the Mossad has been encouraging the anti-overhaul protests. The claim was denied by the Israeli officials, but this is a Pentagon intelligence assessment. So could this be true? And if so, what does that mean?
Okay, the documents were leaked by Russia, and this immediately should raise suspicions. Russia is known for producing and disseminating this information about international affairs, especially about the United States. It's quite possible that they were able to intercept a true message, but probably fabricated and added many more. The information about the Ukraine is partly false and partly could be easily found in open sources. There were two items about Israel. The first item is about the Hawara terror attack. It's completely nonsense. The second item, which you have just cited, is about alleging that the head of the Israeli Mossad encouraged employees of the Mossad to participate in demonstrations against the judicial reform. But this is also completely false. It may represent inability to correctly translate from Hebrew or lack of understanding of what is happening in Israel. There is a difference between encouraging and allowing. In Israel, government officials below a certain level are allowed to participate in public events, including demonstrations. The head of the Mossad, his name is David Barnea, allowed Mossad employees below the leadership to participate in the demonstrations, but not necessarily encouraging them. So I think someone who wrote this piece did not know the difference between allowing and encouraging. So I think this is really false.
So you're saying that Russia leaked this information, but we also, according to reports, are seeing an assessment that Russia's war machine is weak, that they're not doing well. What then would be the point of inserting that information?
Very good question. I think what the Russians want to do is to, number one, embarrass American intelligence, to say we can penetrate your secrets and disseminate your secrets as much as you can do for us, because the United States in the past year or so revealed much secret information about Russian intentions and operations. The second reason is to increase suspicion and perhaps even damage an intelligence agreement that exists between several Western countries. It's called Five Eyes. In this intelligence sharing cooperation, participate the United States, Britain, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. So the idea here, okay, we publish secret information. You cannot trust and rely on the United States intelligence. And also in the case of Israel, to raise suspicion and conflict between the Prime Minister office and the Mossad.
How could this leak ultimately damage the U.S.'s relations with its allies? If, there is this, assessment that Russia is responsible for the leak, will it really have an impact?
Okay, so first of all, I'm very surprised that newspapers such as the Washington Post and the New York Times published this information without thorough investigating. They could not verify certain information. They say so. And if you think so and you say so, why do you publish it and serve as a platform for Russian disinformation? The FBI is investigating the whole issue. As I've suggested earlier, I think that some of it is complete fabrication. When this investigation ends, and I think it has to be done swiftly, and proof would be given for the fabrication, then I think it would not cause much damage. On the other hand, if it turns out that all of the documents and the information are correct and authentic, then it could cause damage. But I believe that what happened is Russian interception of a few true messages, and much of it is completely fabricated.
All right, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us, Professor Eitan Gilboa.